In this tutorial, we'll show you how to use your own class. Let's start with Java application project. Here basically saying we have a project name called Java application 132. Let's keep it as it is. Then I'm going to create two classes, one for main application. One I call it as an employee class. So main class will use an employee class. Then I will demonstrate how to use constructors and data field and methods. So employee class consists with multiple data fields: employee number, name, age, gender, then salary. So these are data fields. Then next one we can have constructors and the methods. So let's go back to data field. Here employee number, I will call it as an integer with a default value 0. Employee name, default value with the string data type, int age equal to 0. This will be character with a blank space. This is double 0.0. For constructors, I'm going to use default constructor. It means you don't have to do anything at this point. So let's construct our employee object. I'm going to declare employee object, then using new operator with the default constructor employee. So we have employee default constructor with new operator that can be assigned to employee object reference variable. So you can type s out and tab key employee dot toString. ToString is overriding methods, belongs to object class, which is a super class of employee class. So here we're going to give us package name, class name, and then unique ID for employee object. So let's override toString method called toString. We are going to return a string value of everything. So start with employee number with one space, and then name, age, gender, and salary. So we have two string methods. This time we should be able to see what's inside the employee object. Here we have a default value 0 and 0, and then space and 0.0. We can declare default constructor explicitly. Idea of a default constructor is to initialize objects like a number equal to 0, string for name, age integer 0, character space, salary double 0.0. So that's the idea of a default constructor, so we can remove these details. We can just declare class variable when we construct the default object is going to initialize it with the default values. Let me copy paste it. This time we are going to have a constructor with different parameters. For example, if you know employee number and employee name, you may not to initialize at the beginning or give an initial value when you construct the object. So if I go back here, when I construct the employee object, maybe I know the employee number that I can assign. Also, I know the employee name, I can assign that value. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and John Smith. Everything else has a default value. So for this example, I'm going to have 3 other parameters: new age, and then gender and salary. So this time is complaint because we have a constructor with 5 parameters, not 2. So let's say age and gender include salary. Now the complaints disappear. So run it. So we just construct an employee object with 5 parameters. And then print it out on our console using 2 string methods. So let me move up. The default constructor appear here. Typically methods, we should have 2 pairs of methods. One we call as a get methods, which is access methods, access inside objects. So we return number. Next one is set methods, which is mutator methods. We can change the value inside the object. Or we can say that we can mutate the information or data inside. So that's why we call it a mutator method. So using set method, we can change the value inside the object. Here I will say 5, 6, 7, 8. Run it. Now we have a new employee number. By conventions, we normally have setters and getters for all data fields. Means we are going to have a get name, get age, get gender, then get salary. Also, we are going to have set methods for all of them. So let me type for a while. Again, one more to go. Get salary. Okay, we can come back here. Then we can continue update employee data. We will change the name to be Jane Smith. Age 29. Gender female. Salary will be 2,500. Clean and build. Non-file, we actually have an object with one employee records, and then we change that value with methods. We have 5, 6, 7, 8 on Jenny Smith, age, gender, and even salary changed. So that's the idea of a deeper constructor and a constructor with a multiple data field. And we can use set methods to change the data inside the object. So this is a toString. We call it as overriding methods. We can put annotations. Missing s constructor. Okay, let me have a look. So now that seems okay. So if you look at here, line number 20, this is no longer default constructor. This is constructor with 5 parameter. So let me remove the comments. Okay, next one we are going to have, let's say we are going to have a default constructor, and then we can get employee records using standard keyboard input. So let's remove. So let's say we have a default constructor, then assign employee object. Then we can have standard inputs using keyboards. So let's say let's create a simple main menu. Here Java class. So we have another class dealing with the main menu. We don't need a return type, so just say public void. Simple message, say welcome to ABC Pty Ltd. We will have one more method called exit menu. That's it. So that we can modularize our program into 3 classes. We are going to repeat. Here we're saying that we will continue until we have an input called no or end. So basically saying we can process multiple employee objects unless we say that we don't want to process another employee object. So we use do while so that we can actually show at least one main menu at the beginning, or we can display main menu at least once. For now, I'm going to get employee record. Eventually I will make use of methods, then print the employee record. Once we finish the main menu, we can just simply display exit message before we exit the persistent. So we need a scanner object, import Java util scanner. So let's simply display one message. Enter your employee number, process with input next integer. Then we can assign the value using set number. So that will be a number. Next four of them is exactly the same. We just process inputs based on data field. I will just say print instead of print errand. So it will appear next to message. Next line, because we're going to process first name and then last name with a space. So use a next line instead of next. Gender, we have to say next. That's going to return string value. We need to convert to character value. So character at 0. So that we can save as a character value. Enter your salary. That's going to be double. Sorry, that should be next double. And then here employee dot toString. System print errand. Pretty much we process by data field and then assign value to employee object and then print. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, here is the one strange error. So it goes to, it's actually jumping. So what happens is if you have a numeric value, then you have a next line, it may jump to it skip to next line methods. So in order to fix that problems, you have to finish the processing tokens, which is actually input based on scanner class. So just add one more time, okay? This time we process properly. 29 mil 4000. Okay, that's based on toString. And then exit menu methods. So here we will have one more message saying that do you want to process another employee. If answer is yes, we will repeat. Okay. So next, and then we'll return string value, so we can repose the character add. That belongs to string class. So if answer is not equal to y, we can do very simple data validations. Enter only y or n. Then we can get the input again. So, and here basically saying we must have input lowercase y and then lowercase n. So in case of input is happen to be a capital Y, we can change to lowercase using two lowercase methods belongs to character class. We do the same thing. Character dot to lowercase. User inputs change to lowercase and then compare with lowercase n. So let's try at least two employee objects. Here it says that yes, I want to process another record. 5, 6, 7, 8. Jenny Smith. This time I will say no. It terminates the program with exit methods. So as you can see, we have two objects. Then message is print with two string methods. There's a main menu methods. So here let's put some indentations, okay, and make it more clear, okay. That's a if statement. So that one, just add one additional space before we print the employee records on our console. Seems okay. So this time I'm going to focus on employee record methods. So here we says the return main menu. Just add some comments. Here also same, let's say employee app. At this point it seems okay, but as a practice we should modularize it. It means that we go back to get employee record, then we can add it to employee class. So the employee class has multiple methods according to 5 data field and the 2 constructors. We can create one method called get employee record. Then we have a menu called. So if we come back here, instead of keeping here, we can simplify this coding as one method. So we can move into employee class. Also, I can demonstrate how to pass object as a parameter. For example, here we can send the object called employee as a parameter. So let's call it. We can create one method. I just paste it. So method name, we are not expecting any return type. So I will say void get record. So we can add a scanner object. We can say scanner input import. Change the indentations so everything seems okay. Yeah, everything seems okay. It should work as it is. Let me change the class name. We call it a sleep factor. So employee app, it's more consistent in terms of naming convention. So we have employee class, we have our employee class, employee app class. Okay, now we can run it. we say no. Actually, if you think about it, it makes more sense to code it as a set record instead of get record. So let me just change to set record instead of get record. That's it. Thank you.